what have you found as a CEO?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of leadership skills do you need to have? Like, what's your no? Let me not say that. What's your leadership
Philosophy.
Philosophy, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a very good question, man. I think, first of all, I believe that people inherently have a lot of capacity, a lot more than they're aware of. So one thing I've realized is a good technique of bringing out the best in others is, first of all, identifying, making it clear to them that they have more capacity, and then encouraging them to explore that. So I'll never micromanage. I'm more of a motivator. I'll give you a really tough challenge, and add in an additional constraint, just for you to actually enjoy that excitement of reaching a new level that you didn't ever think, and that brings more confidence as well.
Absolutely.
So for us, we're building cool tech, but I always tell people when I'm interviewing them, okay, I want you to build cool tech, but it must also be affordable, and that's the spanner in the works. It's okay, well, I've always anyone can build it anything with a lot of resources, but with limited resources, that's a completely different ballgame.
It's a different ballgame.
Exactly. So that's what I always put it to them as a challenge, and that's usually enough for people to be I think I want to work with this company because it challenges me. So I wholeheartedly believe in that, leading people and pointing them towards a challenge, and that usually is quite interesting. But beyond that, I think it's just my leadership philosophy is that people inherently have a lot of capacity. And if you can reveal that to them, they get really excited behind the task. And I think I'm also a visionary as well. So that's why...
That's very humble of you.
Look, you have to own it.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I realized.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's
another thing as well about role models, for instance. People are you have to be intentional about the fact that I'm working to become a role model.
Yeah.
You can't be nonchalant and playing it low key all the time. You have to own it. So
I'm with you.
So visionary. I'm a visionary. Yeah. So I've realized that I'm really good at pointing people in a direction and telling a story that's compelling. So that's what I focus on doing. And as much as I've got the technical skills, I don't want to always implement. Just because you can do everything yourself doesn't mean you should do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you can, empower others to do it, and I mean, even if they don't do a great job, but you just a congratulations or a well done goes a long way. Goes a long way, man. Yeah. That person will become the kind of person that you need them to be. Yeah. That's what I found.
Yeah, and that's the thing with being a CEO, man. It's not just well, I'm not a CEO, but I'm
you sounded like one.
I know. I realize I might just mislead people. I'm the CEO of this podcast. This is a marketing company, dude. I look at this as a marketing company.
Nice, man.
Because I have a product, and then
definitely.
That's what's up. But anyway, as a CEO, because I work for someone, and I think being a CEO is actually it's not an easy job. And like you said in the previous episode, the product is the easy part, and everything else is the hard part. Like you have to go get funding, you have to keep your team motivated. That's the hardest part. Yeah, what do you do to keep people motivated? Because that's
so we're very lucky that we don't have a big team. But I mean, I've been in leadership situations where I was in charge of a lot of people, and it's like you rightfully said it's the hardest part is keeping people motivated.
Yeah.
And it's this, I'm still trying to figure it out myself. How do you actually get the best out of people? So I'm very intentional to read books on leadership. In fact, I actually had a very transformational conversation with my brother, who out of the blue calls me to tell me that, dude, you're actually an incredible leader, but I want you to stop relying on that innate ability that you have and actually start to invest in it and read and listen to podcasts and stuff. So I spend a lot of time trying to figure out what brings out the best in people. And I think one of the things that I've seen brings out the best in people is not so much working on their competence, but working more on the character side of things. Because, a competent person without a good character, you don't always have access to that competence. But, if you can actually invest in a person, care about that person, have conversations besides work, then that person opens up to you. Their character opens up to you. And then the competence also follows. So under the wrong leadership, you can have very talented people look very stupid.
Yeah.
So it's all about making people who are not that competent yet feel as though they are, and then they become that. So I think that's what I've noticed. yeah, so that's
and I've experienced that firsthand. You
that's
know, so when I joined this company, I was a junior, obviously coming straight from university. So I was working under the senior developer.
Cool.
So obviously, when you're starting a job, you don't know anything about it, right? So you're learning a lot. You're being told what to do and all that. But so this went on for. So but then the problem was they kept on treating me like a kid.
Yeah.
So then like I started. So you then don't know what you're actually capable of. So for example, if I got a problem that I'm working on, like something that's not working, and then I fail, like let's say I've tried twice or something. Sure. Then I run to the senior. I'm like, yo, dude, like I don't know how to do it. Like, please help me. And then he helps me, and then we get it to work.
Yeah.
Right, but that actually wasn't helping me grow at all. Sure. Right, so I found myself then like frustrated because I was like, am I good enough? Like, what's happening, right? Yeah. So I then decided like, I think I need to leave this company and then just throw myself in the deep end properly because I don't get the tasks I'm being given are trivial tasks. Yeah, absolutely. The senior guy is the one getting the fun stuff where he's actually like cracking his head and all that. Absolutely. I'm just doing like creating automated tests or like adding doing configurations and just stuff like that, right? Yeah. So anyway, I even handed in my resignation. Yeah. And then my boss calls me. He's like, "Yo, actually, the senior guy just handed in his resignation too." Hectic. And I actually want to promote you. So I was like,
nice, man.
Right. So I knew, and then I was thinking to myself, I was like, I know what this guy goes through and what he does, and the pressure that comes with being senior. Yeah. I want that.
You want that? Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
I
was like, I want that. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. Let's do it. And then it's like, okay, I'll give you 3 months. We'll try it out, see how it goes, and then if you need help from him,
that's cool.
You just.
Are you enjoying the new salary?
Dude. Oh yeah. And then I was like, dude, I'm gonna need you to like bump me up big time
to do a nice thing.
And he was like, cool. So he bumped me up nicely, and then I started the job. So that was actually this year. Yeah, beginning of this year. Yeah, that's when in January. That's when I started. And then, so I remember, man, the first couple of months I was dying. Yeah. You know what I mean? But then I could feel the growth finally I was, and then just the trust that had been like put upon me. Just unlocked a new like wave, and even and then I also I managed to actually push myself because I remember like there was still like a certain amount of doubt that they had, right? And then I was like, you know what, like I can't expect respect or trust to be just given to me.
Exactly.
I want to earn it.
Definitely.
Okay. So I pushed myself, and then I was like, okay. They're like, look, they said like something was wrong. They're like, if you fail, Rashad was the senior guy. Like he said you can call him, and cool. I was like, I ain't gonna call him. I'm gonna figure this. I'm gonna figure this out. So like I remember I cracked, and then I got it right. Yeah. Right. Then I was like, oh, so I can actually do this.
Yeah, man.
So from then on, I just pushed on.
As a CEO, it's super important that you don't rob people of those moments.
Yeah.
Of them actually impressing themselves. Definitely. Like I will let you go through the motions and crack your head at it, but when you actually get to the end, you know what I mean? That feeling is incredible.
And it's valuable too. Because it then tells you that you're actually good enough. You can do it. You can do literally anything. I don't like saying you can do anything because I can't be a surgeon, but I mean you can do anything within reasonable.
Within reasonable bounds.
Yeah, exactly. Reasonable bounds. So